Today we hear from Loren Berman from Wilmington, who describes the process of getting pulled in by pediatric surgery.
So I first fell in love with pediatric surgery as a general surgery intern. I was just completely in awe of these surgeons who could create anuses where there were no anuses, who could sew holes in diaphragms and make a really abnormal x-ray look completely normal just with a simple operation. And that's where it all began. And then I went on to go into the lab between my second and third year, and that's when I had my first baby. And it put me into a little bit of a crisis. I remember the first call I took after having a newborn, and I heard another baby crying in the emergency room while I was examining an adult patient, and I just had this visceral response, and I was just floored by it. And I thought, there's no way I can do this. I can't take care of children. I'm just over identifying with these patients, with these families, and it's just too much. Kind of soldiered on through the lab time. I went back to ped surgery again as a third year, and I got so pulled into the clinical side of things that again, it reaffirmed my interests. I remember doing a case on a neonate with neck and just seeing this tiny fragile bowel and being able to just divide the mesentery just with the electrocautery. And it was just incredibly delicate, and I loved it. And I was back on board. Went on to do my fellowship interviews as a fourth year when I was 3 months after having my second son. And I had a major kind of crisis of confidence in my decision yet again. I remember pumping in airport bathroom stalls. I would go from being on call to on the interview trail to being back on call. And I just felt like I was completely failing as a mom. And I felt like I wasn't able to be fully present on the interviews either. I did feel somewhat enthusiastic just getting to go around and meet everyone at the different programs and meet all my hopeful future fellow classmates. But it was a really tough time. And I kind of finished out residency always feeling like I was never 100%, whether I was at the hospital or I was at home. I was always feeling like I should be somewhere else. And then it really wasn't until I became a fellow in ped surgery that I finally felt for the first time that being a mom actually made me a better pediatric surgeon. I was able to really appreciate the empathy that I was able to feel for these moms who were pregnant and found that they had some really unexpected, sometimes devastating condition in the fetus. And I was able to support them and help them through it. And when I think about it, even to this day, as much as I love doing those surgeries, I think what I probably love most about my job is being able to support the families. And it is so incredibly fulfilling. And then I'm able to bring that passion and that enthusiasm home to my family. And I actually feel like getting to be a pediatric surgeon makes me a better mom. So finally, after years of struggle, my life is in balance. And these roles complement each other so well. And I'm Loren Berman. I'm a pediatric surgeon.